week 4 of our podcast from Greater Houston Network of Football. We're going to recap last week's games. Last week we had a game week. The week was...
Game of the week was...
New Caney versus...
Woodlands. Is that the game of the week?
New Caney versus the Woodlands. That was the game of the week. Okay, we had a prediction that New Caney was going to win. They pulled it out.
Right.
They pulled it out. Now, it wasn't as high as we thought.
No. It wasn't as high. Now, New Caney had something to prove. Because they coming from the 5A. Initially, when they did their warm-ups, getting ready for the game, the guys said, we got something to prove here. They don't believe we should be in 6A, so New Caney showed the Woodlands.
Well, you know, the Woodlands led the game, right?
Yeah. Woodlands led until, I think, the fourth quarter.
Fourth quarter.
It was 7-0. And there we go. Riscano.
They just couldn't hold the bees back.
Riscano scored, and I think, Sanchez scored?
Yes.
That's a receiver?
Yes.
They scored 14 unanswered points in the fourth quarter.
In the fourth quarter.
14-7.
That was an amazing game.
That was amazing that the Woodlands only put up 7 points.
Really amazing.
What I tell you.
Secondary.
Secondary.
Yep, secondary.
That secondary is impressive.
Very impressive.
Yeah, they pretty good.
Very impressive.
They pretty good. I heard other players from other teams talk about secondary.
Yeah.
So you know when their peers are saying their secondary pretty good. They're pretty good.
Yeah, they did it. Next up, we got Grand Oaks versus Caney Creek.
That one went pretty much like we expected.
Pretty much. Caney Creek actually held on a little bit more than I thought they were.
Right.
I thought they were going to be blown completely off the ball.
What was that? Final score? 38-28?
38-28.
Okay.
So either Caney Creek has gotten their offense together a little bit, or Grand Oaks is suffering on their defense.
Right.
Because I really didn't expect Caney Creek to do much. But I did expect Grand Oaks to put up 30, 40 points.
Yeah, the previous games, who else we have?
Oh, we got Lamar versus, we talked about Angleton versus Foster game.
Yeah, Angleton versus Foster now, man.
That's the one we didn't agree on.
Yeah, I thought Angleton would put up a better fight. But evidently Foster is as good as they say they are. That Ajaku, player of the game, he had over 200 some yards on 25.
And TDs. You know, but this is the thing. They did hold him down to less TDs than what we thought. We thought Ajaku would get 3. He only got 2. So they held up, but I think that they must have fell to the passing game.
Right. It wasn't good.
No.
41-7.
Yeah, so.
Match Prep has it as 35-7, but.
Oh, well, yeah.
Know, there's some discrepancy there, but.
We'll figure that one out.
41-7.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Foster proved to me that they can do more than Ajaku. Mm-hmm. Right?
Right.
They really put it out there and put it up there. But shout out to Argyle for still getting 227 yards.
That Conroe Willis.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, that
was that the game of the week? I thought that was the game of the week. Yeah, not
New Caney versus the Woodlands.
Yeah.
Even though that wasn't a good pick.
Yeah, it was the game of the week. Willis and Conroe, that was a good game. We called Willis. My heart was going with Conroe. My heart was saying Conroe.
I think you said that.
Yeah, but I had to go with the Lagway, but I didn't know Lagway didn't play. Is he hurt?
Yes.
That's what.
Yes. Well, I'm assuming he's hurt. He did not come out. He did not make an appearance, as far as on the field. But
fourth quarter.
First of all, we thought he was going to play.
Okay.
So it might have been slightly different.
Right.
The other guys did like what we thought. Jalen Mickens, he really showed out. He got like 2 touchdowns.
I think he had 1.
You think 1?
Yeah, I think he had a touchdown. Well, that's what Max Prep said. I wasn't there.
I don't believe Max Prep. I believe
LeBron and the running back.
Right.
De Leon. I think they each had a touchdown and then a field goal.
Oh, okay.
That's where the 24 points came.
Okay.
So, but 24-21 up until the fourth quarter.
Look,
It was a close game.
I thought
Now,
they had it. Really.
now, pretty much Willis was leading most of the way.
They did. They did.
Yeah, I think at one time they was winning 21-10 or 21-13, something like that.
Yeah.
But,
in the second quarter, they jumped up there, and they just maintained that victory all the way through the fourth.
No, they lost.
I mean, they maintained.
Oh, they
the
made,
fourth.
yeah.
I thought they were going to be good.
Yeah.
I thought they were straight.
Conroe pulled it off.
Yeah.
Conroe had a run. I think it was off of a fumble, right? They got the ball back and ran it.
Yeah, let me see, that number one.
Right.
That number one. And
Yeah.
you know, Conroe really needs their players and all the stats and stuff up there.
Right.
So we can know who the heck these kids are.
Right.
But that number one, that run,
That was a nice run.
that was kind of the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, he looked good on that.
They put him in striking distance of even tying it up, so.
Mm-hmm.
And they just punched that thing in. The quarterback, number 11, punched it in.
Man, that puts Willis at what? 1-3, 1-4.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard. That was district.
Yeah, that was a district game.
That's a hard district.
But I think that was their first district game, huh? So now they just 0-1 in the district.
Let's see.
Yeah, all of this I think was their first week of district games. Because this upcoming week is all the 5A first week in district games.
Okay. No, they 0-2 in district.
They 0-2 in district.
Willis is 0-2 in district. That's what they have on a nice prep.
Who else did they play?
Let's see who they played. They played.
We got the audience saying New Caney.
Previously.
Well,
let's
thank you.
see.
Yeah, I guess it was New Caney. Thanks for the help.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was previously New Caney. So they 0-2 in district.
0-2. Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Really hurts for them. I didn't know that. Okay, so what else we have?
Huntsville.
Huntsville versus Clear Springs. You know, Huntsville is on a slippery slope right now.
Yeah, they're not looking good.
But I think Clear Springs is a 6A. Aren't they 6A? 6A?
Clear Spring.
I think so. But Huntsville lost 18-46 to Clear Springs. Brenham lost to Bryan 42-55, high scoring game.
Oh, Brennan and Brian?
Yeah. But Bryan's looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I mean that was a back and forth. And then Lamar lost to Stafford 10-21.
I don't think we covered that one. Talk about it.
I'm gonna tell you one we talked about that didn't go the way we thought.
What's that?
Randall versus Bryan.
Randall versus who?
The upset of the week. Randall versus Bryan.
Mm-hmm. Did we talk about Randall?
Did we talk about Randall? Yeah, we talked about Randall. We sure did. I'm sure we did.
We talked about Randall, but I don't think we talked about the game. Yeah, we may have.
Mm-hmm.
We thought Randall would pull it off.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all confused if we talked about that.
Well, you're not helping. They not helping.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely cut this part.
No, I'm not cutting anything. I'm not cutting anything. We're gonna keep this going.
Yeah, but Randall versus Brian, did we cover it? We're covering it now.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing. If we had covered it, we would have picked Randall over Bryan.
We would have.
There's no doubt about
But
it.
I'm telling you, man, Brian, they put it on 31-10.
Bro, I don't know what happened. I mean,
Brian put it on.
they put it on him.
Yeah, they put it on. And it looks like it was 7-7 in the first quarter, and after that, it's like the only thing after the first quarter, Randall only had 3 points after that.
Field goal.
So yeah, that was it. Field goal.
Boy,
Yeah, Brian, I didn't project that one. I wouldn't have projected that.
I'll tell you another game that, even though it went like we predicted, it didn't go exactly like what I thought.
Which one?
Montgomery versus Argyle.
Yeah, I know.
That was a game.
I said that would be a murder session.
And you know what? I thought you were right.
I thought that would be a murder session, but Montgomery, kudos. Y'all fought. I seen the highlights. The little quarterback,
Reggie Williams.
Yeah,
he shot.
Yeah, he really did his thing. He did his thing.
We know he's fast.
Yeah.
And elusive.
Right.
But Names proved that he can throw on the run.
Well, and in the pocket. I didn't think he could throw in the pocket too good, but hey, he looked good.
He looked good.
Yeah, I think he had 3 throwing touchdowns.
Yeah, he did good. I was impressed with him, and he had a running touchdown. I think a rushing.
Oh, okay.
So
and
yeah,
was 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he was doing that. He was doing it.
Wow,
that was an impressive game.
How did Argyle look? They look like the powerhouse that everybody's saying.
No, I don't think so. I expect from a powerhouse against Montgomery. I mean, just
rebuilding their program.
Right, and Montgomery, they're in complete rebuild mode. Right now, I think they got like a wide receiver and they got a quarterback. They have a decent program, but everybody's young. Everybody's new to this, and it's like they're going against a lot. So you would expect against a powerhouse that it would be a really lopsided game. But this wasn't a lopsided game at all. 41-20 is not the game that you would expect out of.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, that was they number one.
They're number one.
Yeah.
And Montgomery has fallen, I think, down there.
Yeah.
So
0-4, 1-3.
Yeah. So you would expect out of a 3-0 team versus a 0-3 team, you would expect, especially when one of them's number one and the other one's way down there, you would expect an absolute blowout.
Right.
Speaking of absolute blowouts.
Oh my goodness. That was one we called right.
We called the next game right. Lake Creek versus Bellaire. We called it right.
Man.
And I said that Caney would score as much as he wanted, and Coach Pat Kennedy scored as much as he wanted.
Right.
He did what he wanted to do.
71 no.
0. A donut. The defense was vicious. They looked.
Yeah. I really felt sorry for those kids on the other side of the ball.
By the second quarter.
Yeah, I really felt sorry for them.
By the second quarter.
It was a mismatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
against the 6'8" team.
Right.
Against the 6'8"
team. But they've been stacking up against the 6'8".
They've been pretty much.
Without being biased, like I said, numbers don't lie, people do, but they're running on 6'8" teams.
Another funny thing. So, this game, we had a couple of things happen that I didn't expect. Well, we expected them to pull the starters quick.
Oh, of course, early.
Right.
They did.
Right. I think Tyvon stayed in a quarter, the first quarter.
Maybe a quarter and a half, a quarter and a quarter of the second half.
No, he got taken out in the first quarter.
Oh, okay.
He got taken out in the first quarter. I think they put him in for a play in the second quarter. He got a touchdown, and they took him out again.
Okay.
I think he had like 7 or 8 touches.
Yeah, that shocked me because they went straight to the air. I was thinking they would be passing. That's the deception of the.
Well, so did the defense.
Yeah.
Pat Kennedy made a statement that it didn't matter whether we ran or we threw, that we're going to be successful.
Well, I think the team's watching. They understand that they have weapons now, and it's not just a running game with TNT.
Right.
Tessier and Ty.
Yeah. Ty. That's just what makes everything hard.
Right.
Because you saw they immediately loaded the box. They were ready for the run.
Right.
The pass just started destroying them. They were kept thinking run.
Yeah, and once again they kicked the ball to who? Number 2.
I couldn't believe it.
Couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it. I mean, you got a whole field to kick it to.
That's the one guy. All-State, first team, special team. As a sophomore, he's not the one to kick it to.
They kicked it straight to him. I mean, he got it on the bounce.
Good luck to the teams that do.
I saw it in the look in his face. It was like, here we go. I got him.
You just knew. Well, in the stands, the guys were like, okay, touchdown. Sam Lee is one of those exceptional players. Don't kick him the ball. Do not kick him the ball.
Yes,
it will not work for you.
I'll tell you somebody else who broke out. Well, Kate Tessier did the same thing out. Kate says he just does what he does. I think he got 300 something passing yards this game. I don't know how many rushing yards he was doing it. Nas Rudin.
Oh, the other running.
Yes, Nas.
Right. Oh yeah.
He really did his thing.
Right.
We talked about Willis. We talked about Montgomery.
Yeah.
Another game. Rudder beat Chaparral.
Yeah.
44-14.
Rudder. What does Rudder have over there?
We didn't
see?
see what you could see on Rudder, man. Because at the end of the day, when I watched the Rudder versus Willis game, and it's not fair because of course Willis is a really good team, but I mean Willis they just murderized them. So it was like, I guess from that I took a little too much because they really went out there and they put up 44 points against these guys.
Against Chaparral.
Yeah, and maybe they got some stats.
Chaparral, where's Chaparral? What are they? 3, 4A, 5A?
Yeah, check them out. I'll see what they got here. Let me see this here. Oh.
Yeah, that's...
Oh! Rudder! Javier Ramirez. Remember we talked about him.
Yeah.
Yeah!
We got his stat.
He's the leader. 909 yards. He's
leading the district. Yeah, he's leading the district. And then they have the number 2 and 3 receiver, right?
Yes, they do. Is
that
yeah,
what we're talking about?
Remember,
Leah.
Jacquees Martin and Nathaniel Figure.
Right.
Yep.
That's Rudder?
That's Rudder. Yeah, Javier Ramirez at 910 yards. He's the leader, and Jacquees Martin and Nathaniel Figures.
Okay.
Yep. Number 2 and number 3 in receiving.
What about this Leo
Randall? That's Randall's quarterback. He's
9,
second.
13.
Those are all-purpose yards.
Oh, all-purpose. Okay.
Yeah, he has 896. So right now it's Lake Creek, Brenham, Huntsville, Lamar, Montgomery. So Randall and
They
Randall.
are 0.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't play district yet.
Right.
Yeah, they didn't play the district yet.
Well, I mean, at this point, it doesn't even matter whether or not they play district. Right? So when you look at them, then
Lamar Consolidated. So they have most of the teams right now. Lamar Consolidated, Randall, and Rudder are 2 and 2. And then Lake Creek is 4 and 0. The rest of the teams pretty much have losers.
exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, that wraps it up for this.
We was pretty good with our predictions. The only one I think we was totally off on was that
We disagreed on Angleton Foster.
I said Foster was gonna win by 7.
Yes.
We was pretty accurate on that Woodlands New Caney.
Yeah, we were spot on everything else.
No, it was one more.
Randall.
The Randall.
But I'm not sure how deep into depth we really got into it. But
Right.
if we talked about it any kind of way, we definitely would have expected Randall to win.
Right.
But
overall, I think we did a good job covering it.
I think we did. But you beat me,
So I get the voodoo down.
so you get the voodoo doll.
All right. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna reconvene for next week's prediction. We're gonna have a lot more new players.
And I love to end it out with my saying. Numbers don't lie. People do. Peace.
Peace.